Hi everybody, welcome back to the Game Boys channel. I am here with my friend Josh. Say hi.
Hi guys.
For a special game review of To Hunt a Killer. The first episode was Initiation. I'll link all of the information below. For 6 episodes, which is one every month, so 6 months, it was $165.
I think that this game was set up in such a way that it, some of the clues were really out there. You really had to dig through several layers to get to the clue. So it was kind of targeting you that you had to be a high level, very, very puzzle-oriented thinker. And I like puzzles. I like puzzles. Right. To get through this. So it was really challenging you to go outside your comfort zone or outside traditional thinking to get to the answer. Which to me would imply that there is a lot of depth to this, and at the end of the day, it's going to reward you with a really strong finish because you had to really work hard for it.
I think that the puzzle references and the way that we were supposed to connect X to like A to B was not as logical.
You mean like with the episode where we had to take a very small context clue that everything was actually in cuneic form and we had to look at the cuneic alphabet in order to solve that puzzle?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great example.
So the fact that all of that accumulated in a very lackluster finale with what feels like a lot of open ends, it doesn't feel like a complete experience. It doesn't feel like all of this high-level thinking translated into anything greater.
I would agree with that. I think that there were after every episode, we would talk about what we thought was going on, right? And I feel so mad that none of the characters and this world that they created at all pays off for me.
Yes.
Like, I don't have any resolution on these people.
Yes, it set up characters and events and secret clues about how characters were going to interact together downstream. Yeah. So you were kind of waiting to see it all play out. And then it just kind of falls off and you don't feel like you get closure. There's kind of just this big none of these. I feel like my takeaway for all the other characters is that none of them mattered. That's
like a bad Ryan Murphy show where like you get to the end of it and like, well, does it matter? None of it matters.
Yeah, no, we just lived through AHS Hotel and Freak Show all in one.
So spoiler alert: if you really don't want to learn about any of the details or content in the first chapter, Initiation, you can stop playing. Now, because I do want to talk a little bit about
not missing anything.
I do want to talk about Sylvia.
Yes,
I really want to talk about Sylvia.
Yes.
So throughout every week we would get these letters from this dear sweet. Where are they? I don't even have these lovely late letters from this woman Sylvia, right? And they were always like I'll zoom in. A second. I'll focus them too far away. But they were always like, there were clues in these letters. I think we learned that she was going to meet our lead character Jasper at the facility.
Over the course of the 5 episodes preceding the final one, all of the clues that you uncover in her letters, because each letter had a clue, and that was actually one of my favorite parts about it, was deciphering the clues in her letters, was leading up to the fact that she was planning this breakout of Jasper, who is the serial the killer that you are studying from the beginning, and then she just kind of falls off at the end of episode 5 and is like, you know what? Never mind. I'm out. I'm gonna go back to my shop, and she just completely falls off the radar and is gone as a character.
And then I think they just brushed her under the rug in the final resolution. They're like, and then you know what happened to Sylvia.
Yes, it's almost like they had one writer writing at one point in time, and then they quit, probably because they realized that this was going nowhere, and then they brought in some temp to finish it.
I'm like, and then right, and then Meg, we know. Spoiler alert again. Meg died.
But everybody died.
Everyone died.
And no character had any purpose. They were all just dead.
But there's no resolution to the timeline for because we were always discussing okay, well clearly based on the materials that we're getting, something shifted at the facility. Yes. And there's been a change, and we were always waiting for kind of that's the resolution of that change, or at least explanation for. I'm gonna take an explanation for the change.
Explanation, I think, is the crux of my problem, because I think that having been a big fan of Murder, She Wrote growing up, and I read a lot of mystery novels, I was expecting the end to kind of be like a recap, like how in the murder mystery shows they would kind of show how they did it and clue the movie, you know, the flashbacks. And we got none of that. Like there was no, and spoiler alert, the final thing you get is a video, and I was thinking, okay, at least we're going to get to see a video. Maybe it was going to be security footage of how he committed all these murders, something that would bring this all together, right?
Maybe Sylvia back in the video.
Maybe Sylvia shows up in the end and springs him out. Yes, to bring up, to have a tight narrative. No, it's the killer talking to us for like 3 minutes about how he now understands what pain feels like and slitting his wrists. That's what we worked 6 months for.
And I cared, and I think that's why we're mad. Is it not that like we poo-pooed on the experience, because like I was on board. We were like, we're the target demographic to like want this to be fun, want it to be successful, and we were committing. We were like, you know what? Even though episode 3 seems to be a little bit odd and unique in its terms of choices, like we're gonna ride this out. There's gonna be a payoff.
Yes,
and that's what's frustrating.
Even with the tougher clues earlier on, yeah, we had to look up some hints sometimes along the way, but I was okay looking up hints. I hate cheating, but like if it was helping us drive towards a plot,
and a
fun
story
end product.
I feel so underwhelmed. I know.
I feel like this wasn't the murder mystery experience I was expecting.
No, and I don't understand, like, I still don't so part of it in this experience is that, like, you're getting all of these letters from the facility in Bozeman, Montana. Great, I learned about geography. But then half of it's coming from Maine and this, like, guy Felix who lives in the East Coast. But, like...
And there's random hints of cities. And along the way you get random cities. Winston-Salem, Olympia, Sioux Falls...
None of it ties together, and I don't understand why you need the device of getting these letters. This was just unnecessary. The letters, if I've ever played, from Felix, if you understand why they're there, comment below, because clearly I don't think it matters. Like, this doesn't mean anything.
Yes, if anybody does have facts to help us understand what we may have missed, and if there's a layer of the onion that we didn't peel off, tell us.
I will say that the game does a really good job of providing a community for people to talk about this. I didn't want to engage too much because I didn't want it to be spoiled.
Right.
And so, but like they always include episode recaps of what you're supposed to get from each episode, as well as discussion boards for like people talking about theories. I've read some of them, and people had these really great theories like we did about all of these characters. Yeah. And I want to read to see what people feel about this finale, because I don't know, I just feel mad and disappointed, and I actually want to know what happens to these people, and I'll never figure it out.
This went nowhere. So in some closing thoughts.
Yeah, the game itself is great for $30. They actually always tried to include like some sort of gift, like this watch that I've been playing with. They've included a lovely picture frame, which I don't understand why this matters, or this cricket that is solar powered, which also don't understand why this matters.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you.
Yeah.
Listen to what you just said. You're trying to tell me maybe it was worthwhile because you got a pocket watch, a solar powered cricket, a wooden heart,
and also the lovely horse
necklace. No, my advice is it's a great concept, but they need to tighten their narrative and have more payoff at the end.
Are we gonna try this out? Because they have lots of chapters. This is only chapter 1. Do you think?
No, you and I could write something better than this.
Okay. Well, if you've played or if you've done your own, please comment below and tell us if it's worth jumping back into. Because, like you said, we love mysteries. So
that's true.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Bye, guys.